Good morning. This is Dylan Jovine with Behind the Markets. Happy Thursday. Today is Thursday, July 17th, and I am back and better than ever. I just came back from Europe with my kids and family, and it was great. And we went all around and did a bunch of exciting things. And this is kind of part of my quest to teach my children about the history of Western civilization. Very important. Next year, we will not be going overseas. We will be celebrating America's 250th birthday in the country. I'm very excited to take them all around to all these great places so they get to see what a beautiful country we live in and how blessed we are to live in this great country, greatest country in the world. But a lot of stuff happened while I was gone. I tried to unplug, try to be present for the family. I don't do it often. I'm always on my phone. I'm always looking at the markets and all this other stuff. But I want to be there for my kids because Lord knows they grow up quickly. One of the stories that really caught my attention while I was gone was this great story from Barron's about Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. It said Hegseth vows to unleash American dominance, which has lifted drone stocks, which is great for us. My goodness, that was good news for us. I was just watching our stuff, and I'm going to quote Defense Secretary here, quote, "Today I am rescinding restrictive policies that stifle production, and this will unleash American manufacturing and ingenuity." And basically, what everybody's starting to understand really is that we've entered a new generation in warfare, which is something we've been talking about for years, where we're really moving away from massed armor, tanks, et cetera, to more drone warfare. Real sci-fi kind of stuff here, real Star Wars, Star Trek type of stuff, distributed warfare, very exciting. And on the day that the Defense Secretary said that, which is something we've been waiting for, and what he means by rescinding restrictive policies, what he's really talking about here are purchasing policies from the Pentagon. Usually the old story in defense circles is that it takes 9 years for the Pentagon to actually buy something that you've created. So a company, let's say, wants to sell a new weapon system to the US government, they have to go through years and years of approval. He's really trying to shrink that time. Now, what companies can actually survive 7 years or 9 years until the Pentagon starts buying their products? It's almost impossible. That's why VC funding has not really pushed into the defense sector, because a lot of these companies, you can have the best product in the world, but it takes 7 to 10 years for the government to actually start buying it. You can't fund that. It's too expensive and it's too uncertain. So what the defense secretary is saying wisely, thankfully, is that we're going to really accelerate the speed and time that it takes for the Pentagon to actually buy products from these innovative American companies all around our country that are really starting to rise up and sprout up. And it really had a great effect for Breakthrough Wealth members, because you guys know, we saw Kratos jumped on that news. He was taught basically with a representative from that company. It's now up 100%, 97% from our recommended price. The other one, AeroVironment, is now up 115%. It was also a big winner on that news from our recommended price. Very exciting, and a few other ones in here. Very exciting to see that American manufacturing for the defense sector is back. But what his announcement didn't mention is that basically there's a whole other, and I was in Europe and I got to talk to a lot of people there. This same kind of renaissance is happening in Europe right now also, with multi-trillion-dollar in defense spending set to explode over the next few years, which is starting to really send European defense contractors up a great amount. They're starting to get that sizzle that we have here in America. And we've put together a special report on the top bargains still in the American defense sector and top bargains that are in the European defense sector as their governments begin to ramp up defense spending. And you know something? Seriously, we've seen NVIDIA go from a $2 trillion to a $4 trillion market cap, which is just amazing. That's a double. It's a double. It's gone up 100%. That's amazing, right, in the past 12 months. We've had a bunch of stocks in the defense sector go up 100% because they're riding that AI wave, that tech wave. And the great thing about it is most of these companies in this report that we talk about, they're not on the lips of every commentator on the world. Everybody knows about them. They're like undiscovered little gems that nobody really knows about and that we seem to have cornered a market in a little bit, I'm happy to say. Anyway, so that is all I wanted to say today. I am so grateful and happy to be back, and I will speak to you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.